In my opinion, a beautifully cooked, crispy skin piece of sauteed fish is one of the most important techniques to know. Not only because the results are incredible and super satisfying and delicious, but also because it is probably the fastest cooking piece of protein that you can have in your repertoire. You can get a delicious piece of amazing protein cooked in like 2 or 3 minutes if you push it. Thankfully, it is not very hard at all. In this episode of 2-Minute Techniques, we are going to attempt in 2 minutes or less to cover all the 8 tips that will guarantee that you have amazing, crispy skinned, delicious fish each and every time. We've got a lot to cover, so let us jump straight into it. The first and arguably one of the most important steps is to get your hands on amazing quality fresh fish. When it comes to the specific type of fish, this particular technique works really well with very thin fish that have like small scales. So things like seabream, smaller seabream, seabass, red snapper, this sort of like family of fish. I'll put up a couple of pictures. The second most important thing, once you've sourced your beautiful fresh fish, you've gotten filleted, you brought it home, you want to make sure that the skin is nice and dry. So if it's wrapped up, unwrap it, lay it out on a tray, dab it dry with a little bit of paper towel, and you are off to the races. Keep it in the fridge, keep it nice and cold for now, and then when you're ready to cook, our next step is to bring it out maybe like 5 to 10 minutes before, just to let it come ever so slightly closer to room temperature. It'll just help it cook a bit more evenly, especially if it's a little bit of a thicker piece of fish. Next up, now that we are getting ready to cook, it is very important to season your fish really well on both sides with salt. You also want to do this and season your fish just before cooking. Salt, it draws moisture out of the flesh, and you want your fish to be as dry as possible when it goes into the pan. If you season it well in advance, you'll almost like soft cure the fish, which can be good, and you can easily dab that like extra moisture off. But yeah, for simplicity's sake, let's say season just before cooking your piece of fish. We'll talk about curing and brining and whatever in another episode. Once your fish is nicely seasoned, the next important thing is to pick your pan. Well, ideally pick your pan before and have it like preheating, but picking an important pan is a very important step. Here I'm just using a simple aluminium based Teflon coated non-stick pan. This makes for very easy release of the fish's flesh from the skillet, which makes my life much easier. I don't need crazy high heats maintained for long periods of time, so I'm not really looking for like cast iron or carbon steel or something like that. But if you do not have one of these, there are alternatives. Okay, a really well-seasoned carbon steel or cast iron pan like this one will also do a really great job. These tend to have like quite good non-stick finishes if you do season them quite well, and it makes for pretty easy release of the fish. Just make sure your temperature isn't too high that you're going to burn the fish before it's completely cooked through. Alternatively, you can use a stainless steel pan. Now, what I would recommend, because stainless steel is going to be quite prone to things sticking to it, and I don't really like seasoning stainless steel because for a lot of recipes I want the food to stick to it. But again, separate topic. What I'll do is cut out a piece of baking paper, put it in the bottom of the pan, oil up that piece of baking paper as if it was the base of the pan, and it is an amazing non-stick surface. Okay, so we've selected our pan, we have put it on the heat, we are preheating it now. We want to keep this over like medium-high heat. I want the pan to get like pretty hot, but not like ripping crazy hot as if we're going to cook a steak. At this point, you want to put a little splash of oil inside of the pan, and you want to lay the fish down away from you. What I immediately like to do at this point is apply a little bit of pressure, either with a spatula or with like my own fingers, to make sure that the skin of the fish is making really good contact with the bottom of the pan. And now to reinforce this contact, you can either use a fish weight, which is this like kind of expensive, but really useful little tool that will weigh down your fish as it cooks. Or in my case, I like to use a budget-friendly alternative, which is a stainless steel lid, which I already own, and a sheet of baking paper. Place the baking paper on the fish, the stainless steel lid goes on top of the baking paper, and this both adds a little bit of pressure to make sure that the skin is making really good contact with the pan, but it also heats up a little bit itself and slowly starts cooking the fish on the top side as well. So it's cooking from both ends, it's browning really beautifully at the bottom, and this just makes my life easier so I can walk off and do something else for the next 1.5 to 2 minutes. Whilst it's cooking, especially if you're not familiar with like cooking fish and this sort of thing, I would keep an eye on the pan, because this goes very quickly, it'll cook very quickly, and it can overcook very quickly. Basically what you're looking out for visually is you'll start to see the flesh of the fish going from like almost this translucent-y color to like this white opaque color. You want to make sure that the opaqueness goes up about 80% of the fish. So just that last 20% on the top of the fish is uncooked yet. And it should already start to be getting cooked lightly because you have that like lid and fish weight on. At this point, your fish is basically cooked. I would flip it over once so that the skin side is now up. Make sure you have like nice, good, even, delicious browning. And you basically want to cook that second side, obviously depending on the thickness of your fish, but no more than like 30 seconds to a minute. I literally just like kiss the underside of the fish and that's it. You can fish it out of the pan. If you want to squeeze like a little lemon juice on it now, like sure. But that is everything that you need for amazing crispy skin fish. Did we do this in 2 minutes or less? I don't know. But yeah, those are basically all of the steps to amazing, delicious, crispy skin fish. If you want a nice full recipe that uses this amazing technique, I should have just put out a video of this where I did like a really nice crispy skinned seabream on like a nice mix of like rocket leaves, fennel, winter citrus, an amazing vinaigrette, some black olives, some chili, some mint. It's a beautiful thing. You can go check out that video over here. If you want more videos like this where I like go through some like really useful techniques in a short amount of time, I'll leave a link to my 2-minute technique playlist inside of the description. If you like this, please subscribe. And I hope you have a good one. Bye.